Welcome to Fine Living, presented by Jim Reif Builders on 1240 Radio WOMT.
And welcome back to Fine Living here on 1240 Radio WOMT, presented by Jim Reif Builders every Monday morning in the studio, Mr. Jim Reif himself.
Morning, Terry.
Good morning, my friend. How are you?
Well, it's October, Terry. I don't know.
Welcome.
I mean, if you like Christmas, we're getting closer that way.
We are.
But, our nice seasons are, shortening up.
Yeah. Although, I love fall on the lakeshore. Absolutely beautiful. And, so let's enjoy it.
There you go.
Today, though, Jim, as we look ahead, winter is right around the corner. And today's topic is about winter construction. How does this work? Do you build? Do you do remodeling in the winter? Help our listeners out here.
Yes.
All right.
So I decided to talk about winter construction a little early. not that we're
But now's the time to plan.
That's correct. So, folks sometimes think that, when the first snowflake comes down, that you shut down any outside work and it's all inside work. And I sure wish that would be the case, but it's not. So we do build all year round. And so we want to talk about that a little bit. And what's the benefit to building or doing an addition in that during winter construction? First of all, there's typically a little less humidity during winter because the air is not as humid. We do get a snowfall or two, yes, and it may be wet, but we can remove that snow and we mechanically dry down the house. But with between putting some heat in there and some dehumidifiers, and working the process properly, closing up things, not letting the environment get to the project as easy as we think, we are able to have less callbacks from our winter construction, believe it or not, versus when we do a home in summer. I'll typically have more callbacks with a plaster crack or a door changing and not rubbing now. And during summer, because of the humidity, and now when everything's dry and more stable, we have
How
less.
do you plan for that? I mean, I'm just kind of thinking in my head here. Is like that makes sense now that you said it. I would have never thought that you'd have to think about that.
There's really nothing we plan for, just the fact of, it's what we see. So we do have to, just take care of the callbacks, those minor things that come up after summer construction, which is all part of what we do at our company. But to accomplish working in wintertime, so we'll typically try to get a foundation in, usually before Christmas, if we can. And then we'll cap that off, and we need to let it sit a little bit. We will, and then we won't dig any foundations usually towards the end of February. So we've got about a 2-month time frame there where we're not digging foundations because the weather's, usually typically kind of cold. But we've had some exceptions to that through the years. But we can add additives to the concrete. We can close things in. We use furnace and fans. We have caulking products that work at lower temperatures when you're doing siding and different outside applications. Our crews, they want to work all year round too. They don't want to be on an unemployment line. So, we work with them. We have little lunch wagons that they, can warm up in for their lunch or take a break if it needs to, if it's really cold out. They dress in layers. And the key thing for them is also to stay dry.
Sure.
So that if it's wet, you'll get chilled, but if it's dry, you can stay warm.
And now is a really good time to start thinking about. I mean, if there's a listener out there that's looking at doing a remodeling project, especially before the holidays. I mean, now is the time to connect with you and start working on those plans so that they can start working on some winter construction projects.
And if they don't want their home tore up for the holidays, we understand that. But now is a perfect time to call us. Let's start talking about January or February into March even, if you'd like. When we can do that when it's, not so busy in your home and you don't have the holidays or guests coming by and that. And yet you get your bathroom or your kitchen renovated, and it's going to then have something for you to use all year round from that point on.
Absolutely.
So I think we're looking at enhancing people's homes, and we're able to do that all year round. And that's what my key point of the show is today, is that we're here to work all year round and enhance people's lives.
And even if it's just like some smaller projects, that, there's no job too small that you guys can't do.
That's correct. In cases, we've changed out windows in wintertime too. So again, you play the weather a little bit, you watch the forecast. So it's all part of what we do, and we do it all the time. I've been in construction for 35 years, 22 plus years in business. And we've got this far, so I think we know what we're doing.
Jim, how do people get a hold of Jim Reif Builders?
Terry, they can look us up on the web at jimreifbuilders.com. Got a great website for everybody to enjoy there. You can check us out on Facebook. We have a neat presence there. And then give us a call at our office at 684-6899. We'd be glad to set up a time to meet with you.
Jim, we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, Terry.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Fine Living, presented by Jim Reif Builders, the leader in new construction and remodeling here on the Lakeshore. Let their vision enrich your lifestyle. Tune in again next week for another episode of Fine Living on 1240 Radio, WOMT. To learn more, visit jimreifbuilders.com.